solving inequalities with variables on both sides. We've solved equations with variables on both sides. We're doing the same thing today, just now there's going to be an inequality symbol there. So when there are variables on both sides, make sure you combine all like terms on the left and the right. Distribute wherever you see parentheses, or you can use the two-column method to reorganize your problem. Okay, so solve each inequality. Okay, thanks, Lynn. I was just talking about due dates, and then we just started taking the notes. We're on 2.4 day 2. All right. So solve each inequality, graph the solution. These, you notice here, there's a lot going on these, isn't there? We are definitely going to use our two-column method for these. So to start that and do it neatly, I'm going to rewrite my problem underneath my graph here. So we have, and let me zoom in on this a little bit so I can write a little neater. We have 4a minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 2 plus 6a minus 8a. I'm going to put my column down underneath my inequality symbol. And now let's reorganize. If it helps you, go through and identify those variables first, right? Anything with a variable on it is going to have to go to the left. Anything that's just a number is going to go to the right. And remember, when you move something, change its sign, right? So should 4a stay or go? It should stay. Good. What about the negative 8? It becomes a positive. Good. And you move it over. So now we're on the negative 2. Somebody at home, should the negative 2 stay or go? Yeah, it is going to stay. Good. And then what about the 6a? Yeah, good. It goes and becomes negative. And what about the 8a? All right. All right, move that 8 over. Yep, it needs to get out. So now let's combine our like terms. Remember, we can use a calculator. Just basically here do 4 minus 6 plus 8. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Very good. And negative 2 plus 8 is a positive 6. And then put your a. So 6a is greater than or equal to, and then 8 minus 2 is 6. And then what's our final step? Yeah, we got to divide both sides by 6. Good. And then we'll graph it, right? So a is greater than or equal to 6 divided by 6 is 1. All right, so my people at home, open or close circle at 1. Close. Should I shade to the left or to the right? To the right. Very good. Good. So same exact idea as when we're solving our multi-step equations. We just have to then graph it at the end. All right, so let's take a look then at number 2. We got x minus 2 plus 1 is less than negative 9 plus 2x. We got a lot of variables going on here. So again, if it helps you identify those ahead of time, you're always welcome to like highlight on things and stuff. And then let's rearrange. Should x stay or go? Yeah. Yep, very good. X is going to stay. What about the negative 2? it goes and changes to a positive. Good. All right, then the positive 1 is going to go, yeah, and become negative. Yep. Can't wait till we have more people in person. I'm going to call on so many people. I'm excited. All right. And then we're on the other side now. We got our -9. It's just going to stay there. And then what should happen with our 2x? It goes to the other side and becomes negative. Good. Now combine those like terms. Remember, be careful with your negatives here. If you have x minus 2x, that's like 1 minus 2. And 1 minus 2 is going to be what? Negative 1x. Yes, so negative 1x or just negative x. Either way you want to write that. If the negative's there, it might actually help you to put the 1. Okay? So negative 1x is less than, and then 2 minus 1 is just 1, and 1 minus 9 is -8. Good. And now we need to divide both sides by what? -1. And this is interesting. I'm dividing by a negative. Who can remind me what happens when we multiply or divide both sides by a negative? Flip the sign. I knew you were already telling me, Annalise, but yeah, you flipped the sign. So our less than is going to become a greater than. Ladies and gentlemen, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 8 divided by 1 is just 8. All right, so Asia, open or close circle at 8? Open. And Bailey, shade to the left or to the right? To the right. Good. How do we feel about this so far, guys? Oh, I wonder what page you were on. Like two, oh, maybe that's possible. That's okay. Worse things could happen. At least you were following along, Dallas. All right. Let's see here. I want us to do 4 together, and then you're going to go back and do 3 on your own in just a second. But let's look at 4 together first. So we have 8 times the quantity 1 minus 3n is less than -9 minus 7n. I got some parentheses. What do I have to do when I have parentheses like that? I do have to distribute. I'm glad someone's enthusiastic. I do love the energy, Aaron. All right, so we're gonna distribute, and we have 8 times 1, which is 8. 8 times -3n, which is -24n, but yes. And then just drop down your other side, put your less than symbol, put your -9 minus 7n. Good, now let's get our column here. And now we got to reorganize. So if it helps you, identify those variables first. I think that's kind of nice sometimes when it's already like pre-color coded for you a little bit. You guys are always welcome to do that, because then it's a little easier to see who needs to stay and who needs to go. So what about that 8? Stay or go? Needs to go and make it a negative. Good. What about that -24? It does stay. And then what about the -9? It stays. And what about the -7n? It does. It goes and becomes a positive. Very good. Now we have -24n plus 7n. Please don't guess, right? Please don't guess. Remember, guys, when you have different signs, don't you technically subtract? What's 24 minus 7? 17, and in this case, you have more negatives, right? So it'll be negative 17. Or just plug it into your calculator, right? And then negative 8 minus 9 is negative 17, good. And then we need to divide both sides by what? Negative 17. Very good, Annalise. That also means we're going to have to switch our inequality sign because we're dividing by a negative. So flip that less than, make it a greater than. Negative 17 divided by negative 17 is positive 1. Hannah, open or close circle at 1. Open. And Jake Sanders, shade to the left or to the right? To the right. Oh, I always try to write in a highlighter. All right, we got 6 minus 8n is greater than negative 15 minus 5n. Nick Lopez, what do I need to do first? Cool. Tell me something I should reorganize. I agree, I will use the 2-column method. Very good. We are going to move the 6 over and make it a negative. Good. Mason Jimenez, tell me something else I should do. Well, what do you think about the negative 8n? Do you think that's on the correct side or should I move it? It is on the, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's on the correct side, so I can just leave that there. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And then Mason B, what about the negative 15 that's on the other side? That would stay, absolutely. And Lynn, what about the negative 5? No, we already left the negative 15 where it is, so that's good. The negative 5n. Yep, it moves and we need to make it a what? Positive, very good. Oh, I think with this one, Annalise, you maybe needed to watch your signs because I remember you asking me what 8 plus 5 was. You figured it out? Okay, good. Negative 8 plus 5 is going to give me negative 3n is greater than negative 6 minus 15 is negative 21. And then, Corey, what do we need to do next? Very good. And Corey, can you tell us what happens when we divide by a negative number? We will, the left-hand side will change to a positive, that's true, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. But what else do I need to do with my inequality sign? Yeah, very good. So our greater than is going to become a less than, and then negative 21 divided by negative 3 is positive 7. Good, 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 good. How we doing out there at home, guys? Awesome. All right, and then last thing, we got to graph this. Jesse, open or close circle at 7? Open. And Jake Sanders, shade to the left or to the right? To the left. Awesome. All right. Onward. How many more do we have? And then we got some special solutions. Okay. I think we'll probably do like 2 more of these, and then we'll take a little break, and then I think we'll move on to special solutions. All right, so let's look at number 5. Is this one ready to do our 2-column method with yet? No, it is not. All right. Oh, I just saw, Jesse, that you said you left on accident. That's okay. That happens. Okay, no, this one's not ready because we have to distribute, right? We got to get rid of those parentheses. So what I'm going to do is the left-hand side here, it's fine. I'm just going to drop it down. That is negative 7x plus 26 is less than or equal to. Now over here, I need to distribute my negative 2. What's negative 2 times x? Negative 2x. And what's negative 2 times 7? Negative 14. Very good. Now is it ready for our 2 columns? Yes. Okay. So get our 2 columns. We got, then let's reorganize negative 7x. Negative 7x, stay or go? Yes. Yes, it is going to stay. 26, stay or go? It is going to get out of here and make it a what? A negative. Good. Negative 2x. It is going to go and become a positive. Good. And then negative 14 will stay. Just kind of highlighting it ahead of time help with that a little bit. I think so, right? Because then anything that has an X, you pre-highlight it, you move that over, everything else will. Okay. So now let's reorganize, or not reorganize, let's combine our like terms. Negative 7x plus 2x. Don't guess, use your calculator if you need to. What's negative 7x plus 2x? Oh, come on, brave souls. Yes, Nick, thank you. It is negative 5x is less than or equal to negative 26 minus 14. Don't guess. Use your handy dandy calculator machine. Would you? Who was that? What was that? You, Mason? What'd you say? Oh, that was Nick. Okay, sorry. I can never tell. I need like a big screen that has everybody. It's hard to tell when I'm just looking at this because I have to keep scrolling through. Okay, yeah, negative 40. Good. And then let's divide by our negative 5. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going to happen when I divide by a negative number? Flip it. X is greater than or equal to a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 40 divided by 5 is 8. Sometimes when I talk like that, I feel like an auctioneer. Yes. Like I'm selling something. I'm trying to sell you math. All right. Now, Bailey, open or close circle at 8. Closed. And Asia, where should I shade? To the right. Good. I think we're okay with distributing. So we're actually gonna, my gift, one of my Friday gifts to you is gonna be skipping number 6. And we're gonna go to the back, yep. Ooh, who's getting paid? Am I paying you or are you paying me? Oh, you're gonna pay me to do your homework? I don't think you can afford my hourly rate, I'm sorry. All right. So then instead of me doing your homework for you, I'm just going to teach you so well that your homework is going to be amazing. As long as we're turning them in, which is, yeah, you're gonna have so much math knowledge that your hand is just gonna take over, and you're just gonna start doing your math homework, and it's gonna be amazing. No, well, that's okay. So, you know what? Sometimes mind brain doesn't work either. That's okay. We're all human here. All right, so number 7, we got negative 8 times the quantity p plus 1 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times the quantity negative 5p plus 4. Is that ready for our 2-column method yet? Yeah. Annalise says no. We got to do a lot of distributing, and I agree. We need to distribute on the left here and the right, but that's okay. We can multiply. Negative 8 times p is negative 8p. Negative 8 times 1 is? We can do it. Negative 8 times 1 is? It is negative 8. That's okay. All right, now we're on the other side. We're going to distribute our negative 2. What's negative 2 times negative 5p? It is going to be positive 10. And what letter do we need to attach to it? P. He is saying a lot today, but I'm okay with it. Negative 8 times 4 is, or negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. I just like stopped halfway through that problem. I don't know why. And then let's do our 2 columns. We got variables on either side here. So let's rearrange. Aaron, what do you think about negative 8p? Keep it or move it? He can stay. And then negative 8. Aiden, you here with us today, Aiden. What do you think about the negative 8? Stay or go? This negative 8, the one that doesn't have a variable on it. If it doesn't have a variable on it, do we want to keep it on the left or move it over? Yeah, this one's going to go. Aiden, you answered, and I'm so pleased. That makes me happy. You made my Friday. All right. So now we're on the other side. We got 8p. Asia, what do you think about that one? Or not 8p, the 10p, I'm sorry. It is going to go and become negative 10p. Very good. And then we got this other negative 8 on the other side. This one's already on the number side. Yeah, so Annalise says it is going to stay. And I wrote the wrong number here. That should be a 10. And then this guy's going to stay. As Aaron would say, he's cool. He can stay. All right. We got negative 8p minus 10p. Combine those like terms. Negative 8 minus 10 is going to give us negative 18p, but yes, is greater than or equal to 8 minus 8 is 0. 0 is a number. That's okay. It happens. But we still got to divide both sides by what number? Negative 18. Yep. You do. Yeah, we're going to switch our sign. Greater than or equal to is going to become a less than or equal to. And what's 0 divided by anything? It's just 0. Yeah. Yeah. We're enjoying class. All right. So open and close circle at 0. Closed. I don't know what just happened. I just heard a lot of noises. But yes, it is closed. And now we need to shade. Annalise says we are going to shade to the left, and I agree with her. That my squiggle turned out real ugly on this one. Sure. Yeah, you can highlight. I like highlighting. All right. How do we feel about these ones, guys? I'm ecstatic that you're ecstatic. So let's. That's okay. That works. All right, we're gonna skip number 8 because I feel like we're doing okay, and I want to make sure we talk about our special solutions. I don't want us to forget about these. So they are special solutions. Sometimes inequalities result in either a true or false inequality. So you guys remember when we solved equations and sometimes there wasn't an answer? That happens sometimes with inequalities, okay? So sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way we want it to. If you get an inequality that is true, oh, except my pen turned off. Hold, please. So if you get an inequality that is true, then your solution is all real numbers. All real numbers. For example, yes, I did. For example, if you get something like 5 is greater than -3, isn't 5 greater than -3? That is true. It is true all the time. So that is all real numbers. And what you do in a situation like this is if all numbers work, you end up shading your whole line because anything could work. So shade the whole line. So it'll you'll have your number line, right? And you will shade the whole thing like that. Okay. If the inequality is false, then there is no solution. Okay. So if you get something like 0 is greater than 2, is 0 greater than 2? No. So that is false. No solution means no shading. You would just leave your number line blank like that. You don't shade anything at all because nothing works. So if everything works, shade the whole line. If nothing works, don't shade it. All right, let's try this out. Now, some of these you might end up with a real answer. Some of them might be no solution. Some of them might be all real numbers. We'll find out what happens. But we are going to use our 2-column method. So let's go ahead and copy our inequality down. We have 3m minus 6 plus 6 is less than or equal to 3m. We got variables on the left and the right. So let's reorganize. Should our first 3m on the left here, should it stay or go? It is going to stay. What about our -6? He's going to go and become a what? He is going to become a positive. What about the other 6? What about the other 6? Get him out. Make him a negative. Listen, being a nerd isn't bad. I'm pretty much qualified as a nerd, but that's fine. I'm a math teacher. What do you mean? All right. And then we got 3m, and should the other 3m stay or go? Well, I mean, is he staying on that side or is he moving over? He is out the door and he is -3m, and I feel like now we're just trying to come up with different ways we can say that he's moving. All right. So if I have a -3m and I subtract a 3m from it, what's going to happen? There is nothing left. There are no numbers, so that is just a 0. Is less than or equal to, and then what's 6 minus 6? 0. Now, is 0 less than or equal to 0? Absolutely. And the reason this one works is because we have our or equal to bar underneath, right? These are equal, so that works. So we would say this is, if you go up to the top here, we ended up with something that's true. So we say all real numbers. I'm so sorry. All right, all real numbers. And if it's all real numbers, everything works, right? Yeah, so if everything works, we can shade our whole line. Look how pretty it is. Like where you have to draw your own line? What do you mean? Oh, wait, sorry. Well, hold on one second, Dallas. What were you asking me, Annalise? I'm sorry. Oh, no. And then Dallas, were you asking me why the whole line gets shaded? So with this one, since you ended up with a true inequality, that means any number could work for it. So if any number can work for it, we have to shade the whole line. Aaron, stop making bomb noises. All right, Dallas, what'd you say? Yeah, 1 could be an answer, 2 could be an answer. Anything that you plugged into this could work. I'm sorry. Hopefully doing a few more examples will help it make a little bit more sense. I believe in you, Dallas. All right. I should ask you. Okay, you got a good one. Okay, I will. So we have negative 4p plus 5 is less than 5 plus 4p minus 8p. We have variables on the left and the right. We want to get all our variables on the left, all our numbers on the right. So put your columns. Lynn, should negative 4p stay or go? It is going to stay with its loved ones on the left. I agree. And what about the what about this plus 5? Oh God, this got really dramatic and sad. All right, so we're gonna move the 5 over and make it a negative. I don't think I've ever had a class get so like creative with our phrasing for where to move things. I feel like we all must be a little bored. All right, and then we're over on the left. The 5 is already, or I'm sorry, we're over on the right. The 5 is already there, so we're gonna drop down our other 5. What about this plus 4p? I don't care, anyone, but it can go back. Y'all too slow, so I said it. And then move your 8p over and make it a positive. I think Aaron's out of ideas. All right. So we've worn Aaron out. So we got negative 4p minus 4p plus 8. Now let's use our noggins here for a second. What's negative 4 minus 4? No, negative 4 minus 4 always adds, it's negative 8. And what's negative 8 plus 8? That's 0. So this will be 0. And what's negative 5 plus 5? Once again, 0. Now with this one, we need to be careful. Is 0 less than 0? Right, this one is a no because there's no equal to bar. So this one is a false statement, which means, yeah, we would say no solution. So, Dallas, if there's no solution, no numbers will work for it, right? So do I need to shade anything on my graph? Correct. I'm sorry. Oh no, he's back, guys. He found the energy. All right, we got 2 more, and then I'll let you guys work on your homework. Although maybe we'll look at it and see if there's one that we want to do together or something. Because I'm worried about it. I'm concerned about our homework completion. Oh, okay. And just to like in general, like as a general statement, I think it'll get better. Huh? No. I'm worried about like people submitting their assignments on Canvas. I'm worried because we're gonna have 3 things to submit, and I think people are gonna forget. So, number 3, what do we need to do first? Distribute. So we are gonna distribute. When we distribute, we get negative 3n plus 18. I feel like other people are like probably at home in this Google Meet, and their like parents are gonna be concerned about like math class and like I don't know. Math class is getting a little crazy. People are screaming and all right, so we distributed our negative 3, and then let's put our 2 columns. We got to get all our variables on the left, all our numbers on the right. So first negative 3n, should it stay or go? It is gonna stay. What about the positive 18? He can stay. Okay, I think I heard Aaron saying he can. Well, wait, what do we need to do with him? Oh, okay, yes, he's moving. He's becoming negative. What about the 20? He can stay. And what about the negative, the other negative 3n? He's got to go and he's going to become a positive. And then if you got a negative 3n and a positive 3n, what's going to happen? They're gone. They disappear. We got a 0 is less than or equal to, what is negative 18 plus 20? That is 2. So now we got to decide, is this true or false? Is 0 less than or equal to 2? Yes, this is a true statement. So let's look up above. If it's true, do we say all real numbers or no solution? Yes, we say all real numbers. All right, and then if it's all real numbers, every single number would work, right? So do we shade the entire graph or do we shade nothing at all? We shade the whole graph. Someone is like watching TV and has their mic on and I can like hear their TV. All right, last one. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? I don't worry. I say, "Are you ready, kids?" a lot, so you'll have lots of opportunities. Also, do you guys ever watch Futurama? I also say, "Good news, everyone," a lot. So, I like to channel SpongeBob and the professor all at the same time. All right. So, number 4. Yes, Aaron, are you okay over there? That's why you're in quarantine. That's why you're at home. Okay. Okay. Yes, we do. What do we have to do, Aaron? We do have to distribute. Aaron, have you ever been so excited about a math class in your life? I don't think so. I don't think you were this excited in Mr. Peller's class. All right, so we're going to distribute our negative. Now, if you guys look here, you got to be careful because this first 5, do you want to do anything with this first 5? Yeah, you just want to drop it down. Annalise is right. We don't want to mess with that yet. This first 5 is just going to drop down, and this negative 5 is going to distribute. So we're going to have the negative 5k and then plus 5, because negative 5 times negative 1 is 5. And then we're going to drop down our less than, our 2, and our minus 5k. Muy bien. So now we got to get all our variables on the left, all our numbers on the right. So last one, guys. Does this first 5 stay or go? It is going to go and become what, Annalise? A negative. Very good. This first negative 5k, stay or go? It is going to stay, negative 5k. Then this plus 5. It is going to go and become negative. And then what about the 2? It's going to stay. And then what about the negative 5k? It is going to go and become a positive 5k. Look at us go, guys. And then we have negative 5k plus 5k. What's that turn into? 0. It's gone. And now we got to combine a few different numbers here, so use your calculators if you need to. We have negative 5 minus 5, which is what? It is negative 10, and negative 10 plus 2 is? Negative 8. I think you maybe subtracted 2 instead of adding 2, Annalise. And now we got to decide, is this true or false? Is 0 less than negative 8? -8 is less than 0, actually. Think about a number line. You got 0, and then don't all your negatives go? Who's snacking? Someone have a snack? I can hear some like snacks rustling, or is it paper? I don't know. I heard like a wrapper or some paper. I don't know. But anyway, this is definitely a false statement. That does not work. This isn't like an x, like a variable. It's like and it's not right. So this is no solution. If it's no solution, do we need to shade anything? Nope. So we are done.